Hello, you're watching News9 Live. Politics make strange bedfellows. You sometimes in the same party, but you have to pretend that you're also friends and really will not come between each other's ambitions. Now, there have been reports and reports of an internal power tussle in the Congress in Karnataka between D.K. Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah. Now, both the leaders have been trying their level best to show a united front during campaigning. D.K. Shivakumar also tweeted a video of his informal chat with Siddaramaiah, where both the leaders discuss about several things and how the BJP has been faring and the Congress will change the situation on the ground, etc., etc. The two top Congress leaders are, of course, as you well know, top contenders for the Chief Minister's post if the Congress gets a majority in the state. Rahul Gandhi had asked both the leaders, and this has been going on, let me put things in context, for almost 2 years now. So, Rahul Gandhi stepped in and then asked both the leaders to bury the hatchet and to work for the party's victory. Let's put the story in the context. Some visuals coming to you to understand the complicated relationship between D.K. Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah. We'll show you those visuals in a bit, but I have guests in the show, Basvaraj Itnal, who's a senior journalist, and Bhaskar Hegde, who's the editor of TV9 Kannada Digital. So, both of them veterans who understand Karnataka's pulse like no other. Let me welcome both of them. Basvaraj, Dr. Itnal, you are with us?
Yes.
Dr. Itnal, this whole kind of show, optics, that we are such good friends between D.K. Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, and the video which was tweeted, which we will play in a bit as we are having some technical snags. But tell me something, all that is very well, where he is genuflecting, he is being very, very reverential, sir, yen sir, idu sir, adu sir, and everything. But the point is that it is just a show, isn't it, Dr. Itnal?
Two things. It is a bit nuanced in the sense that D.K. Shivakumar or Siddaramaiah cannot afford to take this rift to a breaking point. They will have to make do with whatever compromise formula is worked out in the interest of the party. There is, yes, the aspirations of both leaders are quite well known, and it was too early a couple of years ago to whether to say Siddaramaiah would be Chief Minister or D.K. Shivakumar would be. That is why Rahul Gandhi had to intervene and say that first focus on the party's performance, then we'll see what happens next. And continuing the same kind of, taking the same line, Mr. Karge, some time ago said that first focus on party's performance, then whoever is elected by the CLP shall be Chief Minister. He made it even very clear that he doesn't want to be Chief Minister of Karnataka at all. That needs to be clear, seen in the context of D.K. Shivakumar taking Karge's name time and again. So now that it is just 45 hours to go for polls, these leaders will have to bury the hatchet and also look at the bigger picture. And who knows, there could be a third contender. In Congress, you can never predict that.
Right. Dr. Itnal, the thing is that this rift between the two senior leaders, that is D.K. Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, it's been going on for nearly 2 years. I mean, they were summoned to Delhi, and I remember Siddaramaiah in Delhi very, very aggressive, saying, I will not answer any question. But it was very clear that, they had been summoned by the High Command to say, look, listen, bury the hatchet, the elections are knocking at our door, and you can't possibly have this thing. I want to ask you some very, very obvious questions. Siddaramaiah, successful stint. If you look at it, let's not look at politics. Let's look at purely as a career, as a career politician, as somebody who was Chief Minister. D.K. Shivakumar doesn't have any experience. Now, the point is, but age is on the side of D.K. Shivakumar, say a lot of people we've been speaking to, whereas Siddaramaiah is right at the end. He says, listen, I don't want to be in politics anymore. Apparently, he has said this many, many times over. But if you look at it, don't you think that even now, it looks as if Siddaramaiah is on a stronger wicket, Dr. Itna?
That is because Siddaramaiah is much more popular than D.K. Shivakumar. While I know that element of experience unless somebody is made a chief minister, how will he get experience? Obviously, before Siddaramaiah became chief minister, what experience he had? He had an experience of being a cabinet minister for quite some time.
Right.
So does Shivakumar has. Shivakumar has. He has also managed major portfolios of the government. So he has that experience. But as far as popularity goes, Siddaramaiah has an edge. Number two is that D.K. Shivakumar is a favorite of cadre. You know, if there is some cadre in Congress, that cadre is run by D.K. Shivakumar. He's a very hands-on man. He has a tremendous organization skills. You know, he's a backroom operator. He's a hands-on man, and he knows each and every leader that he manages right from the grassroots till the cabinet level. That skill he has. So, but the larger picture here is, if tomorrow, maybe on 13th, when if the question arises, Congress being the having this comfortable majority, then who would be chief minister? And in that scenario, one would expect Siddaramaiah to show some magnanimity, because he is very popular. Number two, he has had his stint. He is one of the few chief ministers of the state who had 5 years uninterrupted.
Right. Yeah.
Very few people have got that opportunity.
That's what I said. You know, it's talking beyond politics. That is an achievement, no, Dr. Itnal. I mean, one has to look at it.
It is. In that context.
Yeah.
In that context, Siddaramaiah should show some generosity and say that let the youngster be given a chance.
Right. Dr. Itnal, I'll come back to you. Meanwhile, let us play you out the chit-chat, the video which went viral actually on social media platforms between D.K. Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah. Watch this.
Sir, arogya hegide sir? Arogya chennagide, except that virus infection agi left hand ge adu tondre ide. Idu kai? Ade ee kaine. Illinda ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಊದೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿತ್ತು ಈಗ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿತ್ತು. ಅವತ್ತೊಂದು ಇಷ್ಟಪ್ಪ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ಜ್ವರ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಜ್ವರ ಬೇರೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಬದುಕಿದೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು. ಬರ್ಡ್ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಬರ್ಡ್ ಬಂದು ಸರ್ ಏನು ಇಷ್ಟಪ್ಪ ಇದು ಒಂದು 4-5 kg ಇತ್ತು ಸರ್. ಅದು ಸೀದಾ ಬಂದು ನಾವು ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಹೊಸಕೋಟೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೋ, ಬಹಳ ಹೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೋ. ಟಿವಿ ಅವನು ನನಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ. ಅವನೇನು ಅಲ್ಲೇನೋ ಬಸ್ ಇಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ, ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ. ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಎದುರುಗಡೆನೆ ಬಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಹೊಡೆದಾಯ್ತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು ಏರ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ಸರ್. ಪ್ಲೈನು ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬಿದ್ದೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೈಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ತಗೋಬಿಟ್ಟ ಅವನು. ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ನನಗೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, ದೇವ್ರ ದೊಡ್ಡವನು. ಬಟ್ ಹುಷಾರಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್. ಸರ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಟೂರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೆಂಗಾಯ್ತು ಸರ್? ಟೂರು ಈ ಸರಿ ನಮ್ದು ಟೂರು ಜನರು ನಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸ್ಪಂದನೆ ಇತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮತ್ತು ಮುಂಬೈ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ 2 ಭಾಗಗಳನ್ನ ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಆಲ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈ ಹಳೆ ಮೈಸೂರಿನಲ್ಲೇ ಕೆಲವು ಹಳೆ ಮೈಸೂರು ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್. ನಾನು ಹಳೆ ಮೈಸೂರು ಫುಲ್ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಸಿಟಿ ಈ ಕೆಲವು ಕಡೆ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂನ್ಸಿಲಿ ಬರುದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಿದ್ರು, ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಮಂಡ್ಯ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 5 ಸೀಟ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಸರ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಕೂಡ ಕಳೆದ ಸಾರಿಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಜನ ಪಾಪ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಆ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ನಮ್ದೇನಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ 13ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಅವ್ರ ತರ ಈಗ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾಳೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾಳಿದ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ ನಲ್ಲೇ 5 ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವೇನೀಗ ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. 5 ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿಗಳನ್ನ ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಆದೇಶ ಹೊರಡಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಅದಂತೂ ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಮಾತು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನೀವು ಮಾತು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ನಾವೇನಾದ್ರು ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓಟ್ ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೀವಿ.
ಹೌದು, ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ
ಅದನ್ನ
ಸರ್ಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕೂಡಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದೇವ್ರು, ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೇವ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಅದನ್ನೇ ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿ ಅವರು ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರ ವರ್ಚುವಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಸರ್ ನೀವು ನಾವೊಂದು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, ಈ 15ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಹಬ್ಬ ಆಯ್ತು, ಯಾವುದು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ಹಬ್ಬ 14ಕ್ಕೆ, 15ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಬೊಮ್ಮಾಯಿ ಒಂದು ಇದನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೇ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ರು? ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 500ರಿಂದ 2 ಲಕ್ಷ 1,000 ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು
ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ
ನಾ ಪವರ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ನನಗೆ
ಅದು ಹೇಳಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ. ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಅದನ್ನ ಒತ್ತಾಯವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಫ್ರೀ ಬಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಯಾಕೆ 3 ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರು? ನಾವು 2,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ ಅವರು 3,000 ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ.
ಅವರು ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಅವರು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟೋನ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟೋ ಮರ್ತೇ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾನು 5 ವರ್ಷ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಎವ್ರಿ ಬಜೆಟ್ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸಸ್ ಈಡೇರಿದಾವೆ, ಇನ್ನೆಷ್ಟು ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾವೆ, ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಈಗ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಲ್ಲ ನಾವು. ನಾವು ಈಗ
ಬಟ್ ಏನು
ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಈ 5 ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿಗಳು ಮಾತ್ರ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಮೊದಲನೇ ವರ್ಷನೇ. ಉಳಿದವು 5 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡೋದು.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಪಾಪ ಜನ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಹಳ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇಟ್ಟವ್ರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ ನಾನ್ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಕರಾವಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನಾವು ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕವಾದಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲವು ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೀವಲ್ಲ ಕರಾವಳಿ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ. ನೀವು ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕಿ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗದಲ್ಲಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಮಲೆನಾಡಲ್ಲಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಕರಾವಳಿಲಾಗ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಒಂದು 5,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೋಟಿಗೂ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬಲಾತ್ಕಾರವಾಗಿ MOU ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವು ಯಾವ ಕೂಡ ಜಾರಿ ಬರಲ್ಲ. MOU ಮಾಡಿದವೆಲ್ಲ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಯ್ತವೆ ಅಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. MOU ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕರೆದಿರ್ತಾರೆ, MOU ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾರೆ, ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
I said in the interview that I am also an aspirant for the Chief Minister post. Likewise, Mr. D.K. Shivakumar is also an aspirant for the Chief Minister post. The aim of both of us is to defeat BJP and to bring back Congress party into power. And the ground reality in Karnataka is there is a wave in favor of Congress party. BJP is going to be defeated. My statement in the interview is misinterpreted. What I said, misinterpreted. What I said was, I am also an aspirant, D.K. Shivakumar is an aspirant. It's nothing wrong in democracy.
So there you had it. You saw both of them sitting there and having a quasi-casual chat. Of course, they spoke a lot about politics, but they inquired after each other, how's your hand? Oh, what happened when the bird hit your plane, etc., etc. We are asking, it's just a mirage, is it? Just for the benefit of the elections, and everything will come unhooked, unhitched once the elections are over. Dr. Itnal is still with us, senior journalist and political analyst. Dr. Itnal, I have a, then let's expand this. If D.K. Shivakumar, and Siddaramaiah are sitting there, and both of them, now Siddaramaiah clearly has said in another bite that he is also an aspirant. What happens to the Vokkaligas? Because you see, traditionally the Vokkaligas always go towards the JDS. But considering D.K. Shivakumar, considering that, he's a charming personality, considering some Vokkaligas may have gone to him, with this kind of a complete doubt, don't you think the message being sent out is that I may not become the chief minister?
See, in any case, the Vokkaligas are prominent only in Old Mysore region.
Right.
And in Old Mysore region, BJP has enough inroads among Vokkaligas, Congress has enough inroads, as well as JDS. So no single candidate is a unquestionable Vokkaliga leader here. So that way, whether all Vokkaligas support DK Shivakumar or not is a redundant question. So there are some Vokkaligas who are in favor of Shivakumar, some are in favor of Kumaraswamy, some are in favor of Ashok from BJP.
Right.
So that is the real situation there. Now, as far as the chief ministerial aspirations are concerned, that definitely is going to play out in a different way after Sunday. By Sunday afternoon, it will play out totally differently.
Right.
And as far as the prospects of winning or losing of Shivakumar or Siddaramaiah is concerned, that is limited only to the constituency where they're contesting.
Right.
And about this video that we had been watching, this had been circulating for the last couple of days. But the very tone and tenor of the video, that itself shows that it is made for an audience.
Exactly.
Okay, there is a script writer here.
Yes.
There is a cameraman here. So it is not a candid camera, anyways.
Yeah.
This is quite prepared.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a staged video, and this has a purpose. This has a purpose to instill confidence among the cadre and among the electorate in general as well. That both leaders, though they have competing aspirations,
that's right. And to talk
like
about the
Siddaramaiah
guarantees. The guarantees that they have promised, and Rahul Gandhi's, this morning he put out a tweet and a video that if we come, then these are the 5 guarantees we'll give it to you. But Dr. Itnal, what is very interesting is that last year sometime when this war really came out in the open, DK Shivakumar said, "What are you guys talking about? I call him sir. He's my senior. I've reported to him, as someone who's my senior and who's been my boss." Do you think that relationship also comes forth very, very clearly? Do you think that Siddaramaiah's body language is that of an elder who's sitting very comfortably, whereas DK Shivakumar is leaning forward and playing the supplicant, as it were?
That's obvious. Siddaramaiah has this patronizing attitude towards many leaders. Okay? And Shivakumar is obviously a junior colleague of his. But having said that, in Congress, the major problem is it's a party of too many leaders as of now. Some time ago, MP party counted 6 leaders who were eligible and who aspired to be chief minister of the state. So in 5 years, you cannot be chief minister. So obviously, what is going to happen is that maybe post the results, Congress will have to work out a compromise formula wherein they will split the term between 2 or 3 leaders as chief minister. Probably that is what would be on the cards. I'm just guessing here.
Right. Let's play out that visual for the benefit of our viewers, where Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar, are on either side of Rahul Gandhi, and I'll go to Amitabh Tiwari, putting the story in the context. Is this a friendship of convenience, a marriage of convenience until Sunday when the results come out? Let me bring in Amitabh Tiwari. Amitabh Tiwari, we're going to play this video, but what I want the visual, requesting the producer to play the visual of Rahul Gandhi, Bharat Jodo Yatra, along with DK Shivakumar playing the drums, as it were. Amitabh Tiwari is joining us, a very, very senior political analyst, and someone, there you have it, that visual. It's almost like he's forcing the hand of both the leaders. Come on, let's play the drums and bury the hatchet, as it were. Amitabh Tiwari is, of course, someone who also keeps a very keen eye on the elections in Karnataka. Amitabh, this kind of friendship, this kind of camaraderie which is showing in the video of DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, do you think this is just a show? Because I think it's very, very staged. And you think the people are not going to be fooled, because this chief ministership, if the Congress wins, is going to be a huge problem in the party?
See, the leadership issue is going to be an issue for Congress. Probably the strategists of the Congress party, which is Design Box and Sunil, realized or got a feedback from the ground that the competition or rivalry between DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah is hurting the party's prospects. So let's, in a show of unity, come up with a video which shows their camaraderie and how they both are trying to help Congress win the elections. See, DK Shivakumar is the future of the party, of course, because his age is 60 years only, and Siddaramaiah is 75 years of age. So in BJP's parlance, he's already retired politician. And he has himself said that it is going to be his last elections. I agree with the previous panelist, sir, that here also, just like Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, the Congress High Command is probably going to offer a split or a rotational CM to Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar, the first 2.5 years to Siddaramaiah and the balance 2.5 to Shivkumar, if the Congress party wins and is able to form the government. But like we've seen in Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, it is going to be very, very difficult to let Siddaramaiah leave the chair at the completion of the 2.5 years. DK Shivkumar also somehow, I feel, is a very, very practical politician.
Right.
Across surveys, if you see, Siddaramaiah's popularity, when the surveyors are asking the question, who is the best CM? DK Shivkumar's rating compared to Siddaramaiah is very low.
Right.
1/10th, 1/8th,
Sure.
1/7th.
Okay.
So he realizes that while he is popular, he will have to let if Congress wins, Siddaramaiah is likely to be the chief minister and he will have to play the second fiddle, and only after Siddaramaiah retires can he exercise his authority over the party.
But you know, Amitabh, in the recent past, he had given an interview in which he said a Dalit should be the chief minister of Karnataka. And he had evoked Mallikarjun Kharge and he has said that, look at him, he's so, you know, accomplished to be holding this position. You know, he had created that also. So it is as if he's more loyal than the king. His loyalty is more towards Kharge. And ultimately, whether it's Siddaramaiah or it is DK, they both will ultimately, it's parroted, no, in the Congress, the High Command will decide. So what is this game that Shivakumar is playing by saying, we should have a Dalit chief minister, which means that he's keeping Siddaramaiah out then. And he also named Kharge.
Yeah, so he made that statement probably at that point of time, but the statement is, I think, 2 or 3 months old, if I'm not wrong, to kick out Siddaramaiah from the race. But Mallikarjun Kharge is the national president of the Congress party. Correct. So he cannot be the chief minister of Karnataka. Then you will have to bring in his son. But that creates the dynastic politics element, which the BJP will pounce upon. So at that point of time, he was merely trying to weaken Siddaramaiah's case. But at this point of time, in the campaign, if you see across surveys, 30%, 40% people across surveys want Siddaramaiah to be the next chief minister. And for DK Shivkumar, that number is 4%, 5%, 8%, 10%. So he knows that he is not in popularity compared to Siddaramaiah, and his chance will come only after he retires.
Right.
And if the Congress wins, there is a likelihood that Siddaramaiah would be the chief minister, because even the High Command, as you said, is not in a position to force today their own candidate as chief minister. Correct? Because if Siddaramaiah has a lot of MLAs loyal to him, Congress High Command also cannot force his hands and tell him that somebody else can become a chief minister.
Right. So let me now go to Dr. Itnal. Dr. Itnal, you said DK Shivakumar is very popular amongst the cadre. He's very popular amongst, you know, the cadre, of course, and also there is a popularity. But look at what Amitabh Tiwari is saying. He said, you take the survey, it's Siddaramaiah who's racing much ahead. Dr. Itnal, I know that there is 60 years old, which is very young compared to 75 years old. But remember that 60-year-old is very hungry today. This is what people say, he's built the Congress from, you know, he's worked very hard. Also, there have been cases against him. Despite that, he stood there. Do you think DK Shivakumar will just agree like that? Do you think he will be ready to play second fiddle, Dr. Itnal?
DK Shivakumar is hungry very well, very obviously it's visible, but he is not reckless. He is a man who could spend 15 days in ED custody in Tihar and come home in celebration. You know, he doesn't lose his cool that easily, though he has aspirations. And number two, he never said that Siddaramaiah should not be CM. Nor Siddaramaiah never said that DK Shivakumar should not be CM. They said we both are aspirants. So we leave the rest to the party high command. Number two, as far popularity is concerned, that's because Siddaramaiah is a people's person. He provides an ideological and socialist face to the party, and he has a huge struggle on those terms. He had been, with people, so many people causes. He's the man who led the entire, this walkathon till Bellary, against Reddies and riding on the same. He came to power in 2013, and when Shivakumar was suggesting Mallikarjun Kharge's name, that was not just a random suggestion. Shivakumar is trying to remind Siddaramaiah what he did to Kharge and Parameswaran in 2013. In 2013, Kharge was not national leader. He was not AICC president. He was an aspirant. He was a contender for CM's post, and he is a congressman. Siddaramaiah had just come from outside to Congress then. So there were many rumors, and many people believed that Siddaramaiah engineered the defeat of Parameswar in Koratigere, and also the migration of Kharge to the center, so that the room was safe for him. The possibilities for him to become CM were bright. That was very popular theory then. So that is why D.K. Shivakumar suggested this time around Kharge's name, just to taunt him. He knows what he's saying. Siddaramaiah also got what is Shivakumar saying. He got the message. That's exactly why Mallikarjun Kharge comes and tells the party workers in the presence of Siddaramaiah, Rahul Gandhi, and D.K. Shivakumar that I am not CM contender at all.
Right.
Let us all work to get the numbers first, and then whoever the CLP chooses, let him be the CM. So he tactfully, withdrew himself from the crossfire between Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah.
Yeah, very, very.
But anyways, like Amitabh also was saying, eventually it boils down to that only, because these are the leaders. Neither of them can be taken lightly. So the party will have to split the term between them and insist on rotation.
Right.
Otherwise, this thing will go out of hand.
Right. So the thing is that, Amitabh and Dr. Itnal, it's so interesting. It reads like a novel. And we've been getting a lot of requests to play that video out between Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah. After that, we're going to discuss about the impact of one forum of the Lingayats who issued an official letter. About what? You'll have to wait. But first up, this video.
Sir, ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಸರ್?
ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ವೈರಸ್ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇದೆ.
ಇದು ಕೈ?
ಅದೇ ಈ ಕೈನೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಊದೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿತ್ತು.
ಈಗ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿತ್ತು.
ಅವತ್ತೊಂದು ಇಷ್ಟಪ್ಪ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ಜ್ವರ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು.
ಜ್ವರ ಬೇರೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಬದುಕಿದೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು.
ಬರ್ಡ್ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಬರ್ಡ್ ಬಂದು
ಸರ್ ಏನ್ ಇಷ್ಟಪ್ಪ ಇದು, ಒಂದು 4-5 kg ಇತ್ತು ಸರ್. ಅದು ಸೀದಾ ಬಂದು ನಾವು ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಹೊಸಕೋಟೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೋ, ಬಹಳ ಹೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೋ. ಟಿವಿ ಅವನು ನನಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ. ಅವನೇನು ಅಲ್ಲೇನೋ ಬಸ್ ಇಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ, ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ. ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಎದುರುಗಡೆನೆ ಬಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಹೊಡೆದಾಯ್ತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು ಏರ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ಸರ್. ಪ್ಲೈನು ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು,
ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬಿದ್ದೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೈಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ತಗೋಬಿಟ್ಟ ಅವನು. ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಂತ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು
ನನಗೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು.
ದೇವ್ರ ದೊಡ್ಡವನು. ಬಟ್ ಹುಷಾರಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್. ಸರ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಟೂರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೆಂಗಾಯ್ತು ಸರ್?
ಈ ಸರಿ ನಮ್ದು ಟೂರು ಜನರು ನಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸ್ಪಂದನೆ ಇತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮತ್ತು ಮುಂಬೈ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ 2 ಭಾಗಗಳನ್ನ ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಆಲ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈ ಹಳೆ ಮೈಸೂರಿನಲ್ಲೇ ಕೆಲವು
ಹಳೆ ಮೈಸೂರು ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್. ನಾನು ಹಳೆ ಮೈಸೂರು ಫುಲ್ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಸಿಟಿ ಈ ಕೆಲವು ಕಡೆ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂನ್ಸಿಲಿ ಬರುದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಿದ್ರು, ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಮಂಡ್ಯ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 5 ಸೀಟ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಸರ್.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಕೂಡ ಕಳೆದ ಸಾರಿಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಜನ ಪಾಪ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ನಮ್ದೇನಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ 13ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
So let's see where this friendship goes. We'll all get to know on Sunday, that is May 13th, if the Congress wins the election. Now let's look at the other aspect. These Karnataka elections, the Veerashaiva Lingayat Forum has issued an official letter extending its support to the Congress party in the upcoming Karnataka poll elections. As per media report, the forum has urged the people of the Lingayat community to vote for the Congress. Now, the community, that is the Lingayat, it has a traditional vote bank always of the BJP. This is very well known election after election. Since the 1980s, the party leader Yedurappa, who is from the community, has worked to develop the Lingayat base. They are a very powerful community, as you must know, with 17% strength in Karnataka. And guess what? The state has had 9 Lingayat chief ministers so far. That is some number. Now let's put the things in context. So one forum, not all Lingayats, one forum is issuing an official letter. What kind of impact will it have during these elections? Should the BJP be panicking more? Should the Congress be celebrating? Let's put the story in the context. Let's listen to few voices and we'll go back to our guests, Dr. Itna and Amitabh Tiwari.
So many internally, so many Swamis, they are also unpleasure. And Rambapuri Swamiji, when I met after leaving the party, I met him. He also shows displeasure of the BJP. Mursavarmat Swamiji I met immediately. And he also shown, if it is hurt to the Jagdish Reddy, it is not good thing for the BJP. Everybody started expressing. Now making it specify, this activity has started.
मैं सिर्फ लिंगायत लीडर नहीं हूँ, वो सब कम्युनिटी के मानता हूँ मैं. ओनली लिंगायत कम्युनिटी नहीं मानूंगा, सब कम्युनिटी को मानता हूँ. सब कम्युनिटी लेके जाना ज़रूरी है इस दिन में. हिंदू हो या मुस्लिम हो, क्रिस्त हो, कोई भी हो, सब लेके जाना ज़रूरी.
ये दोनों अपने अपने चुनाव क्षेत्रों में बड़े बहुमत से हारने जा रहे हैं. मैं दोनों जगह जाकर आया हूँ. देखिए रंगनाथ जी, ये आप जो कह रहे हैं कि वो पार्टी छोड़कर चले गए, अगर भारतीय जनता पार्टी उनको टिकट देती तो जाते क्या? निश्चित रूप से नहीं जाते. मगर पार्टी ने स्टैंड लिया है. आपको मंत्री नहीं बनना है मुंबई जी के अंदर, तो एमएलए बनकर क्या करोगे? किसी नए कार्यकर्ता को मौका दो भाई. अब इतना भी आप नहीं छोड़ सकते हो और पार्टी को कहोगे कि आप टिकट नहीं दोगे तो मैं कांग्रेस में चला जाऊंगा सारे सिद्धांत छोड़कर, तो जनता पूछेगी ना कि 30 साल तक जिस कांग्रेस को गाली दी है, सिर्फ एक टिकट के लिए आपने छोड़ दिया. आपका क्या सिद्धांत है? पार्टी पहले है, देश पहले है या कैपिटल आई पहले है? ये जनता उनको पूछ रही है आज भी. और जहां तक सऊदी का सवाल है, वो चुनाव हार चुके थे. हमने उनको एमएलसी बनाया, डेप्यूटी सीएम बनाया, दोबारा एमएलसी बनाया और 28 तक वो एमएलसी थे ही. एमएलए बनते हैं तो भी 28 तक रहना है, तो भाई क्यों दूसरे कार्यकर्ता को टिकट नहीं देना? और अगर आपको चुनाव ही लड़ना था तो एमएलसी क्यों बने? उसमें दूसरे कार्यकर्ता को मौका देना चाहिए था. अगर हम स्टैंड न लेते तो क्या होता है? दोनों लोग आज भाजपा में होते. मगर पार्टी ऐसे नहीं चलती है. हमने एक फर्म स्टैंड लिया है और मुझे पूरा भरोसा है दोनों लोग अपने अपने क्षेत्र में बड़े बहुमत से आ रहे हैं. बहुत अच्छी स्थिति है. भारतीय जनता पार्टी पूरी तरह से चुनाव प्रक्रिया के प्रचार में हमारा पूरा कमांड है भारतीय जनता पार्टी का, और हम निश्चित रूप से पूर्ण बहुमत से ज़्यादा सीटों से चुनाव जीतने जा रहे हैं. अब लगभग पूरा कर्नाटक में घूमकर आया हूं. मैं विश्वास से TV9 के दर्शकों को बता सकता हूं कि हाफ मार्क से 15 सीट कम से कम हमारी है.
Do you still feel Lingayat community is with you and the preference has been given to you?
101% Lingayat community is with us, and Congress trying their level best to create some problem that will not serve the purpose. And almost all Lingayat Swamijis are with us, and they have told me that we are going to support this time because of Modi ji, because of Obama's performance, we are going to support BJP.
So does this really matter in the sense of forum writing a letter of support and saying that everyone should vote for the Congress party? Is it a big shot in the arm for the Congress party and a kind of a moment of disappointment for the BJP? Let's figure out, what do the Lingayats mean at the Karnataka elections? Dr. Itnal, the name is Karnataka Lingayata Matu Veerashaiva Vichara Vedike. Tell me something, their support, how much value does it have? Is it only a slice, a sliver, or this really has a lot of meaning? Dr. Itnal.
As an organization that issued this letter, the organization in itself doesn't have a very significant standing.
Okay.
That is because Lingayat community is not, there is no single organization that represents entire community of Lingayats. Because there are close to 3,500 mutts in Karnataka, Lingayat mutts, religious centers. And then there are around 5 major group of institutions like Karnataka Lingayat Education Society, KLE, that is headed by Mr. Prabhakar Kore, and then we have this Sukul Swamiji's institutions called JSS, and then we have Siddhganga Mutt, then we have Shamul Shivshankarappa's institutions. So put together all these institutions, they run a parallel education system in Karnataka, right from LKG to PhD, and in all disciplines. So there is no single, and there are various thinkers forums also, like there are Basava Philosophers Unions, and there is Basava Samiti, which was founded by the former Vice President of India, Mr. B.D. Chatti, and there are various other organizations. So there is no one single organization that represents all Lingayats.
Yeah, right.
So any organization saying that Lingayats should go to this party or that party remains the opinion of that particular organization. Right. That doesn't represent the opinion of the entire community.
Right.
Yes, that's true. But next, what is this reality? The reality is that community as an entire community has been slighted by BJP.
Right.
That is a fact.
Yeah,
the
Dr.
way they treated Shettar, the way they treated Sudhi has not gone down well with the community.
Yes.
That's a fact.
And also, B.L. Santosh coming out and saying that we only now have Hindutva agenda, and we are not ready to appease the...
Santosh.
Yeah,
not only Santosh. Much before that, C.T. Ravi, the National General Secretary, he had said that we don't have to take Lingayat seriously.
Exactly.
And then B.L. Santosh going ahead and saying that we'll go with Hindutva, we don't need Lingayats, we don't have to depend on Lingayat identity.
Exactly.
Then why did you come to Lingayats at all?
Yeah.
Because without Lingayat identity, your Hindutva cannot be furthered here.
Yeah, so this will this impact?
BJP could not survive.
So, Dr. Itnal, will this, see, Shavadi and Shettar, that will have, a lot of experts say, an impact on the Lingayat vote so far as the BJP is concerned. But this, even if it is a small forum, but they have raised a lot of issues. They are talking about B.L. Santosh, they are talking about being slighted, they are talking about being insulted, they are talking about being sidelined. And you see that there is also talk about reservation. So, on top of everything, when you are also slighted and insulted, do you think the BJP may have to pay more price now than before?
Two, three observations here. So the one is that the Lingayat vote lead in North Karnataka, both Kitturu Karnataka as well as Kalyan Karnataka, the difference of vote share of Lingayats between the two parties is only 4%. 4% more people support, so 4% more Lingayats support BJP so far. So it is not that all Lingayats are with BJP in northern part of Karnataka. There is almost equal neck to neck with Congress and BJP.
All right.
But the lead is only 4%. In such a scenario, what has happened is, number one, this emotional damage, that Lingayats are not necessary, and then the political optics has affected them getting out of Shettar and Saudi. Number three, in nearly 25 constituencies, many Lingayat BJP, erstwhile BJP leaders have defected the party to contest either on a Congress ticket or independently.
All right.
Hence affecting BJP vote bank only. So even if there is a just 2% swing, BJP is going to lose around 30 seats in North Karnataka.
Oh my God, that's quite a, Dr. Itnal, you
So
said.
we are looking at a very serious consequence here.
Yes.
It's not as if, like Mr. Shah was saying that, ye log haar jayenge. That is not that easy because the community is very sentimental. They are very emotional people.
Yes.
They have not forgiven even Congress for Virendra Patil event. So this is much bigger than that.
All right. Amitabh Tiwari, is this the Bajrang kind of a moment for, the BJP? What the Congress had said about Bajrang Dal, and then it boomeranged, and then it was taken to Bajrang Bali. What Dr. Itnal was saying, that this is going to really cost the BJP a huge kind of damage because of one forum writing a letter that let's support the Congress party, Amitabh Tiwari.
See, optically, it is not good news for Congress. Because for BJP rather, because there has been an exodus of senior leaders of the reputation of a former chief minister and a deputy chief minister. So optically, this is not good for the BJP, of course. And we have to understand the context. Historically, no CM has come back in Karnataka elected. There is an exodus of leaders, there is high anti-incumbency, there is 40% commission charge, etc. Given this entire context, you need to hold on to your core vote block, which has been voting for you for more than 60% of the Lingayats actually vote for the BJP in Karnataka in the past 3 elections. Only Lingayats and Muslims support more than 60% to any party in Karnataka. So it's a big support base for the party. Now for BJP is also a dichotomy. The party has not been able to cross the majority mark ever because of its Lingayat tag. It is considered a Lingayat party, a Libra party, a Lingayat and a Brahmin party. So there might be, or rather there is a strategy of the BJP to move away, I would not say move away from Lingayats, but expand this coalition.
But go where? But go where, Amitabh? You expand, okay. Vokaliga there, the fine. That let's leave the Lingayats, it's not yielded as result. But go where?
No, not leave the Lingayats per se, but
okay, tone it down.
Shed its tag of Lingayat party and attract Vokaligas, OBCs, etc. But the context itself, as I said, you are on a weak footing. You are fighting an election with back to the wall, correct? No CM has ever got elected. So in this type of a situation, whether this is the time to take this risk or this risk should have been taken probably in a Lok Sabha election where the popularity of Modi could have altered the dynamics,
but
because it is a very sentimental block, as sir is saying. And to say that we are not going to appease Lingayats and we are trying to bring a lot of the other OBCs, Vokaligas, SC, ST, Hindu.
But then Karnataka has had a fractured mandate for over 4 decades. You're absolutely right. They have always touched that and not gone there. But the point is also that the Vokaliga, the Lingayats, and the way others, Ahindas, the way they vote is also kind of, I'm not saying it's set in stone, but then it is kind of very, very fixed to a great extent. So let me go to Dr. Itnal. Dr. Itnal, you heard what Amitabh said. It's good. It's an evolving party. They may say, okay, if we don't want to be all the times tied to the apron strings of the Lingayats, let's expand our base. But don't you think, and Amitabh of course added this, I must say, that that maybe it's too risky. Do you think, is this the time, particularly when Savadi and Shettar left you, when there were almost fisticuffs in several constituencies in Karnataka, they wanted to adopt the Gujarat model, I don't know what model happened, but do you think this is the time? Do you think they can take this risk? Can they afford it?
It is, but to my eyes, it is a wrong medicine applied with wrong diagnosis in wrong time. Okay. Because though I keep hearing from RSS sources that they do not want anyone to grow beyond the organization. They do not want to be a individual-centered party. They want to be organization-centered party. But at the same time, whether it is Hindutva ideology they are taking on, or whether they're going by Hindutva ideology, or they're going by nationalistic ideologies, whatever it is, in North Karnataka, because Lingayat support in North Karnataka and Central Karnataka is extremely important for any political party to survive. Now, what is your alternative? If you alienate Lingayats, what is your alternative? Who are you going to? Like you asked Amitabh, who are you going to there? Are you going to Dalits and Muslims? Dalits and Muslims are with Congress.
Yes.
No, your posturing, your party posturing, your entire ideology is against Dalits and Muslims. No, we cannot expect Dalits and Muslims to embrace you. By being blind to all that. Yeah, there is. You have a Dalit Morcha, you have a Muslim Morcha. All that is there, but that is just it is not a mainstream. That is just there to show that we also have support. But your mainstream of Congress is Dalits and the Muslims. Now, are you going to cut into that? If you're not going to cut into that, only huge block left is Lingayats.
Right.
And what you're doing with them during elections is most important.
Right. So
now,
you mean
I have to see what Santosh said in lots of dimensions. That he is saying that we go with only Hindutva ideology.
Yes.
This I have been hearing for last 2 years.
Yes.
RSS had been thinking about on these lines for last 2 years.
Sure.
That they want to
But
eliminate
then,
all these caste identities or subsume all caste identities and
but Dr.
and
Itnal,
go by Hindutva ideology for 24 elections.
Yeah,
I can't hear you, Sudha. There is no audio.
Dr. Itnal, can you hear me? Dr. Itnal, can you hear me, Dr. Itnal? No.
There is no audio.
Yeah, so let's correct his audio. In the meantime, those visuals are playing in front of you. So what we are discussing is that a forum of the Lingayat sect, that is the Veerashaivas, wrote a letter and said we should support the Congress party, and that could be very, very risky for the BJP, because let's not forget, whether it was Jagadish Shettar, whether it was Lakshman Saudi, they both left the party, and of course a lot of Lingayats have not forgotten the way the party treated Yadurappa, who's the tallest, unmatchable Lingayat leader ever in Karnataka. If Amitabh is still there in the discussion, I would like to go to Amitabh and talk to him about this aspect. Amitabh, the point is that it is now very, very clear that it, like Dr. Itnal said, it is not a major forum, because the Lingayats, like any other sect, I guess, there are different, but the messaging. Don't you think that in elections messaging is very, very important? Even if the forum is minuscule and not a huge forum, but them writing a letter of support to the Congress party is indeed a forward movement, if not a positive movement.
Yeah, I mean, see, even if 1 or 2% vote share Congress gets due to the addition of Shettar and Lakshman Saudi, it's not a bad deal for the Congress party, correct? Because the Lingayat vote has moved away from the Congress party after Rajiv Gandhi removed Virendra Patil as chief minister unceremoniously. That was the biggest victory any party has ever had in Karnataka's electoral history. 178 seats Congress had won then. So Congress has been trying for a long time now to get a hold into the Lingayat community. Even in 2018, if you recall, they had announced that they will be giving a religion status to the Lingayats. That somehow did not work. So the Congress has been at this strategy for a long time, and something is better than nothing, sort of. And in an election where messaging is fairly important, where there is a lot of chatter on social media, how BJP has insulted Yadurappa, how by making this statement BL Santosh has also not gone down well with the community. This could have a bearing in an election which is fairly close. I mean, 60 seats were finalized or won with a victory margin of less than 5% in 2018. There are 75 seats where Lingayats have a dominating influence, which BJP has been winning more than half for the past 3 elections, I mean, barring 2013.
Right.
It's a community whose support BJP needs to cross a significant threshold in the vote share and reach up to the halfway mark. However, SCs and OBCs, like the doctor said, SCs and OBCs actually have been voting for BJP in the national elections, but they are not here, and that is what probably BJP's strategy is, to expand and bring them also
into the
and
forum.
They feel that
Yeah.
A bit of loss of the Lingayat votes can be made up by the reservation or
Right.
the increased
You know,
reservation
yeah, sure.
to the SC/STs and OBCs.
Right. After all, it's about arithmetic. Elections are. Dr. Ignal, I am sorry about that technical snag, but then you're back, I heard, and I want to ask you this question. Dr. Itnal, I mean, the thing is that, look at it, I mean, there was talk about reservation. Yadurappa apparently sent it to the center and the center sent it back. I'm talking about the Yadurappa factor. Of course, he'll never be chief minister. Of course, his son may take years and years, who knows? I mean, politics, everything. But the point is, do you think the Lingayats have forgotten the way Yadurappa was taken screaming and shouting by the party? Do you think that they have forgotten, they have forgiven?
No. The community has not forgotten. People still talk about the way a senior leader like Yadurappa, who is instrumental in opening the gateway of South India, so to say, for BJP.
Yes.
He is the man responsible for all the BJP's prospects in South India, after Karnataka, if at all they have any potential there. So such a tall leader, the way they are treating is quite deplorable, and community is not feeling any good about it. Whether it was even his arrest in mining case and subsequent removal, and then the way they sat on their hands when he expressed to be CM in 2018. Then they were asked to. They asked Yadurappa to manage everything, and then they asked him to go, and he had to resign in tears. He was literally in tears when he resigned. And there was no reason apart from the age, the so-called retirement age the BJP had fixed for some, not for all.
Yes, true.
Apart from that, there was no reason for him to go.
Right.
So that they have not forgotten. And again, this time also, during these elections, the way they are using Yadurappa, though party may have many official lines to defend it, but the way they are dealing with Yadurappa, even now also, the community is not very happy. They have made Yadurappa responsible to defeat Shettar.
Right.
He has been vested with that responsibility.
Yeah.
And Yadurappa is talking openly, that's a different thing. But how does community see this?
Yeah.
Community sees this as a divisive, method of RSS.
Absolutely.
To divide Lingayats leaders like
and
this.
the Lingayats are a very significant factor in Karnataka during elections, much like what Dr. Baswaraj Itnal was explaining. There is anger. And when a forum writes saying support the Congress, it will have an impact. But will it? We'll have to wait and see. Let me also thank Amitabh Tiwari for putting things in perspective. Thank you to both for joining us on this broadcast. So, just a few days left when Karnataka would have spoken, and we shall see who the Lingayats voted for and who they kept out. For all the news and analysis, as always, keep watching News9 Live.